Welcome, race fans, out to Dover International Speedway for the Southern Motorsports Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series. 120 laps out here tonight. Should be a great race. Let's go ahead and take a look at the, where is it at? Track conditions out here tonight. 69 degrees. The 33% humidity. 6 kilometer wind speed. We're clear forecast, so nice setup for these guys. 96 degrees Fahrenheit track temp, and we'll go ahead and go through the points as these guys get ready to go to qualifying. Brad Hicks leads in points out here tonight. He does have one win. Eric Burley in second with one win as well. David Gainforth in third, Dean Viney in fourth, Chris Simard in fifth, Joe Mitchell sixth, Justin McDuff seventh, Ryan Gimmel in eighth. Also in eighth is Daniel Haney, and rounding out your top 10 in points is Bobby Jonas. We're getting ready to go to qualifying. We're going to take a break as we have our national anthem.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, and we do have some qualifying times rolling in at this moment. Joe Mitchell is on top of that poll right now. Kevin Cornelius second, Ryan Gimmel third, Adam Baker fourth, Jackson Allen rounding out your top 5. Jackson Allen made his debut last night, and I got word from Jackson today that he is actually one of those racing or Lazy Days racing drivers, so expect to see him trying to get a win here in the series that they do sponsor. So I don't know if we'll see the kind of racing we saw last night where you had multiple, or you only had 3 cautions the whole night. As Keith Haney will now take over that lead. I'm going to go ahead and turn up the volume on this a little bit for you guys, as I see it is quite low right now. Last night though they did have, or the other night they did have, I believe 3 cautions for 115 laps in the trucks, so I expect we'll see another great run by these guys tonight, as these are, SoMo is one of those leagues where you get a lot of those green flag laps, and we do have, let's see, we have 23 out of our 34 drivers have taken times. And we still have 3 that have yet to take a time, but they're still on the track. David Howard Jr., Eric Barilli, and Thomas Keene. Thomas Keene right now sitting at the exit of pit road. So I imagine we won't see Thomas Keene, Eric Burley, David. Well, let's just go through this list. Stephen Bird, Dakota Bowman, a new driver to SoMo. Calvin Troy, another new driver to Southern Motorsports, we believe. Chris Grosso, I believe that's how you say his last name, is not taking a time. Kurt Davidson not on the track. Brad Hicks, Lupe Gonzalez, Ivan Jones, David Howard Jr., Eric Burley, and Thomas Keene have all decided to not take laps tonight. And we will be going to the grid now. Let's go ahead and take a look at our grid for tonight. Starting off on the pole tonight for Georgia Boys Racing, Keith Haney will start in first. Joe Mitchell will start second tonight. Kevin Cornelius will start in third. Ryan Gemmel for MB Motorsports will start in fourth. So we can find a better camera here. There we go. Adam Baker, also for MB Motorsports, will start in 5th tonight. Jackson Allen with Lazy Days Racing will start in 6th. AJ Hamill for Upstate Racing will start in 7th. Bobby Jonas for Jonas Motorsports will start in 8th. Jim Locking will start in 9th tonight. Justin McDuff in 10th. David Gainforth will start 11th. Jeff Glockner in 12th. Paul Zoda for SoMo Racing will start in 13th. Rob Whitmore will start 14th tonight. Paul Cohen will start 15th. Michael Palmer will start 16th. Billy Howard will start 17th tonight. James Haney for Georgia Boys Racing will start in 18th. Matthew Waggle for Waggle Racing Inc. will start in 19th. Dean Viney will start 20th. Daniel Haney also for Georgia Boys Racing will start in 21st. Ronald Etheridge will start in 22nd. Jay Dubuque will start 23rd tonight. Thomas Keene 24th. Chris Grasso will start 25th tonight. David Howard Jr. will start in 26th. Ivan Jones for Lazy Days Racing will start in 27th. Brad Hicks will start in 28th. Lupe Gonzalez for 575 Motorsports will start in 29th. Eric Burley for Lazy Days Racing will start 30th. And rounding out your field tonight in the last row, Kurt Davidson will start 31st and Calvin Troy will start 32nd. Oh, that was not the last. Here is the last row. Dakota Bowman will start 33rd, and Stephen Bird will start 34th. So 34 cars on the track tonight, and I believe only 2 did not grid. Dakota Bowman, who was a new driver tonight, and Calvin Troy, who was also a new driver, did not take to the grid. Pace car has dipped in, and Keith Haney, who won the other night's race, will bring these guys to the line. Green flag is out. We're here racing at the Dover 120. As Keith Haney and Joe Mitchell back to battling, we see these guys all the time. We see these guys all the time battling near the front, and they're right back at it tonight. Keith Haney will lead the first lap of the race tonight. 115 laps, and we have a caution. It looks like it was the 98 of Kevin Cornelius. Let's go ahead and take a look as we have our first caution of the night. And it just looks like Kevin got loose coming off the corner. We'll take another look at it as he comes around 3 and 4. He does clip the apron, gets a little bit loose, hits that inside wall. To lock it down, nobody else involved, so they don't have quick repairs anymore here also, so that is a early mistake by Kevin, as he'll have to get that damage repaired, and it's going to take some time to get that damage repaired. And we have some wrecking during the yellow. The 69 was into the wall. As we're trying to figure out who that was. It was Matthew Waggle. Let's go ahead and take a look back to see what happened to Matthew Waggle. Oh, it looked like he got checked up. I don't know if anybody else was involved in that. Let's see, behind him was Thomas Keene, who did hit the 65 as well. So there was a quick... Was anybody else involved? Was the 42 of Chris Grasso involved in that? That was kind of a freak situation. Oh, he did get some damage from the 88. But these guys are going to have to watch for that checkup, especially on these cautions. And we have that first early caution. Everybody's going to go to pit road as we're only on lap 4. Extreme Wood, are you Matthew Waggle? Oops. There we go. All right, so Keith Haney will bring these guys around. They are on the 1 to go. Ah, okay, that's tough luck, man. It looked like you just misjudged where they were at on the backstretch, but yeah, just let Paul know, man. As they will bring him around. Pace car will be dipping in soon. Green flag is back out. Keith Haney will lead his 5th lap of the night. And we're seeing Keith pick up right where he left off. And now you got Ryan Gemmel in second, battling for that second position with Joe Mitchell on his outside. And let's take a look back because Keith Haney has pulled out and Ryan Gemmel is now back here with the 39 of Jackson Allen, Joe Mitchell, and the 48 of Adam Baker. That'll start to sort out a little bit, but we still have Ryan Gemmel in second. 8 laps into this thing. We've had 1 caution here tonight, and it was a self-spin, and these guys may be trying to feel each other out, trying to figure out where everybody's going to be sitting at the end of this race, because they do not have that quick repair, so any damage could potentially hurt you here tonight. Lap 10, and Keith Haney has led 9 laps now. And we're still watching this battle in the 2nd and 3rd position, and Jackson Allen did take over 2nd, so Ryan Gimmel now sitting back in 3rd, and he's got Adam Baker creeping up on him. Adam Baker in 4th. Joe Mitchell has fallen back to 5th for the moment. AJ Hamill in 6th. That is Justin McDuff in 7th. Jim Locking in 8th. David Gainforth 9th. And Paul Cohen rounding out your top 10 for the moment. Keith Haney hasn't pulled away. We've seen Keith Haney in the past kind of pull away from the pack at the beginning of these runs. Doesn't seem like that's happened, and maybe this is a different side of Keith that we're seeing, where he's trying to save those tires, as Jackson Allen is right behind him, trying to make that move, get to the inside of him and bump him up the track. And we have another caution. I believe that was Eric Burley this time. So we will go ahead and take a look back with our 2nd caution of the night. And Eric really does have a blown motor, so we'll go ahead and take a look to see what happened to him. I'll take one more look at that. Oh, and who was that? That was the 65 of Jay Dubuque. Clipped the apron, tried to. Racing with no sound. Oh, you're racing with no sound. I got it. But yeah, Jay Dubuque clipped the apron. And at that point, Eric had nowhere to go. So a blown motor for Eric might end his night tonight. We'll see if he stays out there. Everybody coming down pit road now. And we did see Billy Howard stay out. So Billy Howard does lead his lap, first lap of the night. So Billy Howard is still out there. We'll see if he comes down pit road. Keith Haney running in 2nd right now. And Jackson Allen in 3rd. And it does look like Billy Howard has elected to stay out. Yeah, I know that's you, Thomas. Alright, we're gonna see if we can get a word in with Adam Baker, who is currently sitting back in 4th. If we can... There we are. Let's see if we can pull him up into the booth. Adam Baker, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, how's Dover treated you so far?
It's a lot of fun. Tight racing. The setup's a little bit tight, but it gets loose later in the runs. I really enjoy this track, though. It's a lot of fun to race here.
Now, is this one of your better tracks out here?
I would say it's kind of middle level for me. It's not one of my best, but it's definitely not one of my worst. I just enjoy running here, though.
All right. Well, we do have you starting 5th. I guess we saw you fall back to 6th at one point, but you're up in 4th right now. Do you have any strategy at this point? We're only 16 laps into this race.
The tires fall off pretty quick, so I'm trying to go as fast as I can while conserving those tires. Just try and save them for the end of long runs, maybe for the end of the race. That's the only strategy I got right now. Hopefully it works out.
All right. Well, it does look like you're going to the 1 to go here shortly. Is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
I'd like to thank you for broadcasting Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I'd like to thank Lazy Days Racing for sponsoring the league, and then Paul, all the admins, and all the racers that come out, every week to make these races as fun as they are.
All right. Well, good luck to you. Hopefully we get to talk to you later on in the race.
Thank you.
All right, and Adam Baker is in 4th at the moment. But we'll go up front because Billy Howard did not go to pit road. So this will be interesting to see what happens to Billy Howard now. And we're going to see it really quick to see if those tires make a huge difference here. As the pace car dips off pit road, Billy Howard will bring him to the line. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here at the Dover 115. And Billy Howard did lead that lap, so Billy Howard will stay our leader with 4 laps led now. But Keith Haney jumped out in front of him on that outside line. The first pass we've seen tonight on that outside line. So you see just how different, how much of a change those new tires do work for those guys. As now Jackson Allen in 3rd. With Adam Baker in 4th, they're both barreling down on Billy Howard now. As Jackson Allen's going to put his car right on the bumper of Billy Howard and go below him. Jackson Allen will be scored as 2nd that time round. Now Adam Baker's going to work on him moving into 3rd. And Ryan Gimmel's going to fall right behind Adam Baker and try to move his way into 4th. So Adam Baker into 3rd. Now Ryan Gimmel battling with him for that 3rd spot. And Billy Howard will drop back to 6th as Justin McDuff will take over the 5th spot. So your top 3 is still battling out there, and Keith Haney has not completely pulled away just yet, out to a 0.4 second lead, but that lead is dwindling as the 39 of Jackson Allen is battling back. We saw those two guys battling up front before that last caution. So now Jackson Allen has closed that lead down to a 2.23, and it's actually going down below 2 now at some points. Jackson Allen definitely has that car dialed in and is going to give Keith Haney a run for his money as Keith Haney has led 19 laps tonight. The only other driver to lead laps was Billy Howard, who stayed out that last caution. 25 laps into this thing, Keith Haney led 20. Jackson Allen is patiently waiting for that opportunity to grab that top spot from him. Adam Baker a second, back in third. Ryan Gemmel fourth. Justin McDuff in fifth. Jim Locking has moved up to sixth. Paul Zoda seventh. AJ Hamill is in eighth. Paul Cohen ninth. And rounding out your top 10 is David Gainforth. We'll go back up to Keith Haney, who's still in that battle with the 39 of Jim Locking. Or not Jim Locking, but Jackson Allen. And like I was saying earlier, Jackson Allen made his SoMo debut, and we've got another caution. Joe Mitchell was involved as we have our third caution of the night on lap 28. And it looks like that was a big one for Joe Mitchell. Let's see what happened to him. The 55 of one of the Haneys, I believe it's James Haney, went into the wall. Actually had a little bit of net code there. So we saw some net code last night, and we're going to see it again here tonight. Tough break for the 54, who was battling up front at the beginning of this race. So now we are going to see Keith Haney bringing it down pit road. And Dean Viney has elected to stay out this time. So Dean Viney is staying out there. Will lead a lap and gain a bonus point. So Dean Viney is up front. Let's see. Then those guys are coming off pit road now. Jackson Allen gets ahead of Keith Haney. Gonna make an interesting move for the rest of the race out here tonight, as they're gonna head to lap 30. And does his top three go to pit road, and the top, it looks like second and third, Dean Viney will stay out. So that'll put Jackson Allen on the outside, Keith Haney on the inside. I don't think that's something that Jackson wanted to see. Let's see if we can get a word in. Actually, you know what? We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here and come back as we go back to Green Flag Racing. So we will go green next time around, as they're getting the one to go this time around. Dean Viney up front, has now led his third lap of the night. And we saw Billy Howard drop off after that initial restart. So we'll see if Dean can hold on, or if Jackson Allen is going to have the advantage on that outside line. So here we go. We're about to go back racing here at the Southern Motorsports Dover 115, sponsored by Lazy Days Racing. Pace car will dip in, and Dean Viney will bring them to the line for lap 32 as we go back to green. And the green flag is out. Does Dean Viney lead a lap? He does, as Jackson Allen is going to get a late start. But when does Dean's tires fall off, as Jackson is going to go right along the side of them? And it does look like, ooh, they almost made contact between Keith Haney and Jackson Allen, and they're going to go 3 wide at the front. No, it doesn't. Jackson Allen will be your leader here. Dean Viney now back in second. Dean Viney in second, holding off the charge of the 83 of Ryan Gemmel. And he's got a whole bunch of cars behind him with better tires. Dean Viney is going to hold that car to that line and pop it high, just like those guys like to do on their line. So Ryan Gemmel will go to the inside of Dean, though. And it does look like Ryan is going to make the pass. Keith Haney is now looking to that inside line. And Dean Viney is going to get stuck on that outside. Now Keith Haney and Ryan Gemmel are your part of your top 3. Jackson Allen has now led 3 laps here tonight as we're on lap 35 of 115. And Jackson Allen has our biggest lead of the night with a 1.3 second lead, and he's actually gaining time on Ryan Gemmel and Keith Haney. Adam Baker in 4th. Justin McDuff is your top 5. We've seen this top 5 most of the race. Dean Viney now back in 6th. Paul Zoda in 7th. AJ Hamill in 8th. Jim Locking in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 is the 51 of Paul Cohen. Jackson Allen out front now. And he's almost gained 2 seconds on second place, who is now Keith Haney. Taking a look at our top 5, Jackson Allen did start 6th. Keith Haney now in 2nd, started on the pole tonight. Ryan Gemmel started 4th, now in 3rd. Adam Baker started 5th, now 4th. And Justin McDuff started back in 10th, now cracking into the top 5. So Jackson Allen still out front leading laps with a 2-second lead. Keith Haney hasn't really chipped away at that much, as maybe he thinks Jackson Allen is burning those tires up. As now we are starting to see him kind of edge closer to Jackson Allen at times, but for now, Jackson Allen has led 8 laps tonight. We'll go back to third, where there's a battle for 3rd. Adam Baker to the inside of Ryan Gemmel, and we'll take over that 3rd spot for the moment. And Ryan Gemmel's going to take it back, but Adam Baker right back to it with the inside line. That inside line may not be working at times for these guys, but right now it did. Adam Baker into 3rd, as now Justin McDuff into 4th. Ryan Gemmel falling back to 5th. We'll take a look through the rest of our field here. AJ Hamill is in 6th. Dean Riney still back here in 7th. Thomas Keane has worked his way up into 8th. Paul Cohen in 9th. And running at your top 10, I believe, is the 101 of David Gainforth. 55 of James Haney up in 11th. Paul Zota 12th. 42 of Chris Grosso and 13th. Jim Locken 14th. Billy Howard 15th. Lupe Gonzalez 16th. Daniel Haney in 17th. Brad Hicks 18th. We see our points leader all the way back in 18th. David Howard Jr. in 19th. Kevin Cornelius in 20th. Jeff Proctor 21st. Bobby Jonas 22nd. Michael Palmer 23rd. Ivan Jones 24th. Kurt Davidson 25th. Ronald Etheridge 26th. Stephen Bird 27th. Rob Whitmore in 28th. Joe Mitchell is on pit road. Eric Barilli, Jay Dubuque, Matthew Waggle, Dakota Bowman, and Calvin Troy have all retired from the race tonight. And now Jackson Allen is out to a 2.5 second lead. And these guys have to start wondering when a caution is going to come out, because Jackson Allen has been dominating since taking the lead on that last caution. So Jackson Allen now 15 laps, moving to 16 laps led. Lap 48 of 115 out here tonight. And Keith Haney hasn't really had an answer since losing that lead. Keith Haney does have 23 laps led, so he still holds on to that most laps led. But if he can't catch Jackson Allen soon, that most laps led title will be gone tonight. As we're watching Keith Haney, let's go ahead and take a look back to see where some of the battles are at. Adam Baker has fallen back to 4th. Justin McDuff in 5th now. Ryan Gimmel 6th. AJ Hamill is about a second ahead of Thomas Keane. It does look like we have a battle back here. Brad Hicks has moved up from 18th. We'll go ahead here and watch Brad as he's trying to get around Billy Howard now. And he will make that pass into 13th. So Adam Baker, or Brad Hicks now working on the 101 of David Gainforth. Now we've seen this a lot from Brad. He starts near the back, tries to run that race at the back, and waits for everybody to kind of get those wrecks out of the way, and then he moves his way up the field. Go ahead and take a look at Jackson Allen, who is starting to lose some time to Keith Haney. As Keith Haney has dropped that lead down to 2.5. We saw it down to 2.3 and 2.2 at one point in earlier, but when we switched to him. 22 laps led, though. He has got 2 more laps to lead before he takes that spot over, as we're now on lap 54 of 115 out here tonight. Keith Haney back here with some lap traffic. He's got the, I believe that's the 26 of Bobby, or not, it's not the 26 of Bobby Jones, that is the 26 of Stephen Bird. And he easily got by those two guys as we're down to 2.1 for a lead for Jackson Allen. And we do have another caution. Let's see what that caution is. Paul Cohen was involved. Let's go ahead and take a look back as we have our fourth caution of the night. Oh, and he's got a blown engine. I imagine that'll effectively end Paul Cohen's night. Let's go ahead and take a look back to see what happened. Into the 91 of Jim Locking, down into the clip, the 101. The 11 also was involved. So, a couple cars involved in that. 91, the 11, the 51, and the 101 were all involved in that. And we know we have at least one blown motor. I imagine we have two. As we now have Joe Mitchell back on the field, 19 laps down. So that'll allow Jackson Allen to come down pit road, get some fresh tires. As he is coming down pit road right now. So with that, we'll take a quick break and come back as we go back to green flag racing.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Alright, and we are back. Jackson Allen still in that lead. But now he doesn't have the distance he had between him and Keith Haney. So this will be interesting to see how Justin Allen can deal with Keith Haney behind him now. And let's run through our points. We'll run through our points really quick. I would interview you, Thomas, but with you only being able to hear TeamSpeak, I don't want to mess you up, man. We'll run through our standings really quick. Jackson Allen started back in 6th, has led 28 laps now. Most laps led tonight, sitting up front. Keith Haney started on the pole tonight, has led 23 laps now, sitting in 2nd. Justin McDuff started 10th, now in 3rd. Adam Baker started 5th, now in 4th. AJ Hamill started 7th. It does look like he'll be moving into the 4th position, and Ryan Gimmel will now move into 5th. He started 4th tonight. Thomas Keane started 24th, now scored as 6th. As we'll wait for those positions to all update here. There we go. Chris Grosso started back in 25th, now scored a 7th. Lupe Gonzalez 29th, now in 8th. Adam Baker is on pit road. Billy Howard started 17th, now 10th. James Haney started 18th, now scored his 9th. David Howard Jr. started 26th, now in 12th. Brad Hicks started in 28th, now scored as... This is all screwed up, but Brad Hicks... Yeah, we've got this all... Did that a little too late, but Jackson Allen will be our leader as we go back to green flag racing. Pace car will dip in, and Jackson Allen will bring him along around, as that was our 4th caution of the night. We're going to go back to green flag racing here on lap 62. Green flag is out, and I believe Keith Haney did steal one. Is he going to get black flagged? We just had a car blow up. I believe that was the 88 of Jeff Glockner who had a car blow up. Is Keith Haney getting black flagged? Because he was ahead of the leader at the start. Jackson Allen, though, on that outside line is going to hold on. Yellow is out. Jackson Allen did get ahead of Keith Haney just in time. David Howard Jr. involved that time around. As we have our 5th caution on lap 63. And it does look like a self-spin right now. Oh! The 55 hit the wall, came down into him, and spun him. Nobody else involved, though. Tough break for David Howard Jr. as he had started 26, was up to 11th at one point. And he is now scored as 23rd. He still has that car running, but for how long? And he does look like he is going to slow it down and possibly tow it. Jackson Allen now out front. And will these guys bring it down pit road again? We're going to take another break as we get ready to go green once again. And we didn't see the leader, Keith Haney, come down, or not Keith Haney, but Jackson Allen come down pit road. Keith Haney elected not to as well, so Keith Haney is still in second. He'll be starting on that outside row. Dustin McDuff in third. Ryan Gimmel in fourth. And look at that, Thomas Keene with no engine sound running the electric car out here tonight in fifth. We'll take a look at where everybody started here tonight. Jackson Allen started back in 6th, now on the is up front in the lead. Keith Haney started on the pole tonight, now in 2nd. Justin McDuff started back in 10th, now 3rd. Ryan Gimmel exactly where he started in 4th. Thomas Keene from 24th up to 5th. So we should be doubling up this time around. As we have 50 laps to go, going to 49 now. Jackson Allen 33 laps led. The pace car lights will go off, so we'll go to 1 to go now. And Jackson Allen out front in that Ford Mustang, trying to get a win out here tonight. It's only his 2nd race with Southern Motorsports. And we did see Jeff Glockner, who blew his engine before that last caution. He has elected to take his car behind the wall. Paul Cohen is 4 laps down, still on the track, and Joe Mitchell is 9 laps down, still on the track. 5 cautions, those guys can get their laps back still. Pace car will be dipping it off, and we'll see Jackson Allen bring it to the line. Let's see if Keith Haney can steal another one. Green flag is out, and Keith Haney will steal another one. It does look like Keith Haney is jumping those restarts. We'll have to check on that later on in the race. But Jackson Allen will take back the lead, as Keith Haney is trying to get some laps led on those restarts, take it away from Jackson Allen, as Jackson Allen does need roughly 20 more laps to lock that most laps led. They're going to do some hard racing side by side. Jackson Allen will be scored as the leader, getting his 35th lap led out here tonight, as we're on lap 69 of 115. Jackson Allen a little bit loose coming out of that corner. Slides it right in front of Keith Haney, which is going to check up Keith Haney a little bit and slow him down. Jackson Allen falling right back and trying to get back to what he was doing before that last caution. Keith Haney, though, is right on his bumper. And we do see a little bit of smoke. Somebody blew their engine. Who is it? It was the 51 of Paul Cohen on pit road with a blown motor. But we're still green flag racing here. Lap 71. Jackson Allen out to 37 laps led. And we still do have 27 trucks on the field, or on the track. Paul Cohen with that blown motor, I imagine, would be dropping out. Actually, we do have 26 with David Howard Jr. still on pit road with a blown motor as well. We're going to stay out near the front with Jackson Allen as he's trying to fend off Keith Haney. Keith Haney looking to that inside, definitely does have a run. Going to put that front bumper right into Jackson Allen. Jackson Allen up to 40 laps led. Keith Haney is getting a little bit loose coming off those corners. He is keeping control of that car, though, but it does seem like he is snapping loose, and that is causing him to lose a little bit of time to Jackson Allen, who's now up to 41 laps led on lap 75 of 115. So we're in the last quarter of this race now. As we're not seeing an answer from Keith Haney. Maybe he's trying to save those tires a little bit. We're on 39 to go here now, as Jackson Allen is still up front. Keith Haney in second. Take a look through the field. Justin McDuff now in third. Thomas Keene got a little bit loose there coming off the corner, but is scored as fourth. Ryan Gemmel in fifth. Chris Grosso, another one of those new drivers out here tonight, scored as sixth. AJ Hamill in eighth. Lupe Gonzalez in seventh. Billy Howard in ninth. Kevin Cornelius now in 10th. Brad Hicks has moved up to 11th. James Haney now in 12th. Jim Locking in 13th. Dean Viney 14th. Adam Baker 15th. Kurt Davidson 16th. Michael Palmer 17th. Bobby Jonas in 18th. Paul Zoda now in 19th. Ivan Jones 20th. Ronald Etheridge in 22nd. Rob Whitmore in 21st. David Gainforth 23rd. 2 laps down is Daniel Haney in 24th. 2 laps down as well. Now making it 1 lap down is the 26th of Stephen Bird in 25th. David Howard Jr. on pit road. Jeff Glockner behind the wall. Paul Cohen in 29th. Joe Mitchell still on the track, 19 laps down in 28th. Eric Burley, Jay Dubuque, Matthew Waggle, Dakota Bowman, and Calvin Troy all taking it off the track for the night. So this battle for the lead is starting to heat up once again as we're coming to 35 laps to go. Jackson Allen now out to 47 laps, led over Keith Haney's 25. So Jackson Allen will be still out there leading laps. Let's see where our next battle is. The 20 of Justin McDuff has moved into third. Thomas Keene in fourth, looking to get into that top 3 tonight. And Ryan Gemmel back in fifth. We're going to watch this battle up front as they're down to .2. Lap 84 of 115 now. Jackson Allen is starting to build a little bit of a lead on Keith Haney. And we're not sure if these guys can make it here on fuel. And maybe that's why we're seeing Keith Haney kind of lay off. Maybe he's trying to save some fuel here. Out to a half-second lead now for Jackson Allen. And he does have that most laps led. He will keep a hold of that tonight. As now Jackson Allen, 52 laps led. Take a look back at Keith Haney. And let's actually take a look to see. You can see him right there within reaching distance. So Keith Haney has almost fallen a second back. Justin McDuff is starting to catch him. He's only a second back from Keith Haney. Thomas Keene is a half second behind Justin McDuff. So top 5 is really spread out, and you have to go all the way back to 7th and 8th with Billy Howard and Lupe Gonzalez to find a battle that's close, and Lupe Gonzalez going to that inside line will take that over from Billy Howard. So Lupe Gonzalez moving into 7th, Billy Howard dropping back to 8th, and right behind them you have AJ Hamill and the 98 of Kevin Cornelius. And we do see Kevin Cornelius with some damage, but AJ Hamill's got some as well. And we do have a spinner. Will the caution come out? The spinner was the 87 of Keith Haney. And caution didn't come out, but we're going to take a look at that. As it was kind of a weird spot. Keith Haney did blow his motor. We're going to take a look to see what happened to Keith Haney here really quick, because it was actually the entrance to a corner. Oh, he did get a little bit of netcode. Didn't make contact with the 26. But it forced him down into the inside wall, spun him out, blew his motor. So that's a tough break for Keith Haney. So Keith Haney will most likely be parking it for the night, as we're coming close to the 20 to go. We're on 22 to go, coming to 21 to go this time around. And with Keith Haney out of it, nobody can come close to Jackson Allen's most laps led. And right now, in second, Justin McDuff. In third, Thomas Keene. Let's take a look where everybody started now. And we have one person in the top 5 who started in the top 5. Jackson Allen started in 6th and 1st now. And actually, nobody has started in the top 5 now. Justin McDuff in 2nd. Started 10th tonight. Thomas Keene in 3rd. Started 24th. Chris Grosso in his first Southern Motorsports race started back in 25th, now in 4th. Lupe Gonzalez started in 29th, now scored as 5th. And Lupe is trying to work on the 42 of Chris Grosso now. And Lupe will go to that bottom line with Chris as they get around the 11 of Daniel Haney. So this battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th is still pretty tight, as they are all by each other. And when will we see Lupe try to make that move into 4th, as we're on 17 to go? Jackson Allen has a 3-second lead on the field. We're seeing Lupe kind of test the waters right there. He's not going to take it though. He will let Chris Grosso stay in 3rd or 4th. As it does look like Lupe is pretty comfortable. And now Billy Howard looking to that inside. Doesn't get up there quite enough to take a chance at that 5th spot. 16 to go now. Jackson Allen out to 66 laps led tonight. 15 to go, and Lupe is still trying to battle. Does look like he clips the wall a little bit. We're going to go back out front, though, as Jackson Allen is taking away these laps, these final laps. Almost 5-second lead on second place Justin McDuff, who is in a battle with Thomas Keene tonight. We're now on 14 to go. We're going to watch this battle with Thomas Keene and Justin McDuff, as I don't think anybody's going to come close to Jackson Allen now with a lead over 5 seconds. I don't think anybody can catch up to him unless we get a caution and we get a shootout near the end here. We're still green though, 12 to go. And we should be seeing the 11 to go come any time now. As there's the 11 to go. Justin McDuff has held off Thomas Keene pretty well here tonight. But I know Thomas Keene does have those sound issues going on with his setup right now. He's going to go into that wall. He's actually going to hit it twice, and it's going to slow him down and possibly not have another shot, as we're on 10 to go now. So we're in the final 10 laps, and Lupe Gonzalez has been working on catching up to Thomas Keene, down to a 2.3 second gap between those two, as he took over Chris Grueso, as Chris now is scored as 5th, and Kevin Cornelius in 6th. We saw Billy Howard drop back to 7th now, as they also have the 60 of, I believe that's a Ronald Etheridge. It is Ronald Etheridge mixed in there. We're going to go back here and watch Lupe, though, see if he can catch up to Thomas Keene down to 2.3. And actually, these guys have gained some time on Jackson Allen, as they're at a sub 5 now in distance. 8 laps to go, though. I don't think anybody can catch him. And we're looking to see if Lupe can make up that time to get himself into 3rd. Thomas Keene has gotten a pretty good distance on Lupe right now, as we're now on 7 to go. As we're actually now seeing Lupe. Oh, we do have a caution. I believe that was the 35 of Bobby Jonas. So 6th caution of the night, 6 laps to go. And we'll see what happened to Bobby Jonas. And it does look like a self-spin, but we're going to take a look at it really quick. Did make contact with the 41. Actually took some paint off that top side of that car. Got it down to the bottom line as quick as he could. Didn't blow the engine, so he's still able to race this car. 5 laps to go. Should have a 1 or 2 lap shootout from here. But this changes the whole approach, because Jackson Allen's lead is gone. And now you'll see Justin McDuff and Thomas Keene have a shot, as everybody's going to bring it down pit road for the last time tonight. And with that, we are going to take a step away for a commercial for the last time tonight as well. And we'll be right back for the finish of the Dover 115.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, The racing was fun, but there was always a certain level of chaos and danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. Sure, they've got the most accurate tracks and realistic cars out there, but that's just the start. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all are kept in the pits. Not to mention that with over 45,000 active members already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in on the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Thomas Keene did not pit, so we'll see if those older tires can hold on for Thomas. And I believe Chris Grosso also did not pit, and neither did Kevin Cornelius. Billy Howard, AJ Hamill, Adam Baker, Brad Hicks, Ryan Gemmel. We had a lot of guys elect to stay out, as Jackson Allen back in 13th now. Interesting. We'll see what happens as we're now on 3 to go. And will that be the end of the race? We'll see if we double it up and get the 1 to go this time around. And it does look like they are going to double it up. Chris Grosso, or I believe Lazy Days Racing, will get a shot at this win tonight. And so will the 98 of Kevin Cornelius, the 07 of Billy Howard. Actually, let's take a look at this top 5, because I don't think any of these guys started in the top 10. Oh, we did have one. Kevin Cornelius started 3rd, and AJ Hamill started 7th. But Thomas Keene started 24th, now up in the front. Chris Grasso started 25th tonight, now up in 2nd. Kevin Cornelius in 3rd, started 3rd. Billy Howard started 17th, now 4th, and AJ Hamill started 7th, now 5th. As this will be an interesting last lap, as the pace car will be dipping off and we'll be getting the white flag. As we go back to racing, Thomas Keene will bring him to the line, and we lose the field right there. Will it come back? It did come back. We came back right before, as the green flag came out. Thomas Keene does lead the lap. Only his 4th lap led tonight. We have a caution, or we do have the white flag, so that'll be the end of the race. And it does look like Kevin Cornelius. We got a big wreck back there. Lots of carnage. And your top 3 tonight will be Thomas Keene, the 42 of Chris Grosso, and the 98 of Kevin Cornelius. Big wreck at the end of that race. And we're going to take a look at that wreck. I saw Paul Zota was involved in that. We're going to see from Paul's point what happened there. Oh, and on the whole top side hit that outside wall. and came down into that inside line. That was a bigger wreck than I thought. I didn't see that we had. 3 drivers hit that inside or the outside wall. With that, we're going to take a quick break before we come back for our interviews tonight. All right, and we are back. Let's see if we can get Kevin Cornelius up into the booth. I do not see Kevin Cornelius in TeamSpeak. Take one more look through here, see if we can find him. I do not see him. So we'll move on to second. Chris Garresso is also not in TeamSpeak. So we're going to go ahead and go right to our winner here tonight, Thomas Keene. Thomas Keene, you got a copy?
I got you, buddy. How's it going?
No audio. You still managed to get out there and get a win. Only 5 laps led, but most importantly, you led that last lap. What was going through your mind when you decided to stay out there on that last caution?
It's gonna be interesting. I'll tell you that. I was to tell you the honest truth, I knew we were gonna have nothing for the win because I really ate up my tires all night because I just had no audio. I really had to go off how many miles an hour I was going off in the turn. I really had nothing to go off of and try to save my tires at all. So I really didn't even attempt to save tires tonight. So when I got into the top 5, I was really happy there. I'm like, okay, if I can pull off a top 5, it would be a good points day. It gets a little bit closer to clinching a spot in the chase. And then that caution came out. I was in third. I'm like, okay, well, if we can bring home third, maybe second, I'll be happy. But then all of a sudden, the leaders pit. I'm like, huh. Well, we might have a chance here after all. And I wasn't going to pit. I'm just surprised, to tell you the honest truth, the 2 leaders pit, especially Jackson, dominated car all night, him and Keith. So I was really surprised they pitted. So I said I was going to take out. I was going to stay out no matter what. I was hoping they would come in, but helped us out, although it was an interesting way to win it. No sound at all tonight, but hey, we'll still take it.
All right, well, next week, Southern Motorsports Lazy Days Racing Xfinity Series heads to Pocono. How are you at the Tricky Triangle?
Tricky Triangle's always been a pretty good track for us. I don't think we have any more audio issues between now and then. Tonight was a little bit of a rare one. I accidentally hit my USB that has my sound connected to my computer, and I actually disconnected that while in the race. So, we had no sound all night. But, Tricky Triangle, just gotta really save your tires. So, if we can just save that, we'll have a chance at the win. But Jackson, he's definitely a newcomer into the league. He's definitely a fast guy, so we'll have to watch out for him. Maybe if Sean Butler is racing, we'll have to watch out for him. And a lot of other guys, Keith Haney. The list goes on. Justin McDuff was up there tonight. A lot of guys who are up there tonight is going to be up there, I'm sure, next week, which I think keep it going. We're on the outside looking in here on the chase, so just got to keep pulling off wins here and hopefully get into the chase here in 3 weeks.
Now, I'm looking at where you started tonight. Started back in 24th. Did you plan on starting back there? Did you have just a bad qualifying? How did that go?
I I was actually trying to get my sound situated. My sound went out during practice, had to disconnect during practice quickly, came back in during qualifying. Right, like I was already joining when qualifying started, so I said I'm not going to try to qualify because I don't want to screw everyone over. It took me about 20 laps before I actually got situated with being with no sound. So I just planned on being back there. I really don't want to interfere with anyone just because of my no sound. And we got caught up in 2 little wrecks there at the beginning, but somehow we're able to manage it to still pull off the win today.
Okay, and we asked a couple guys this last night. Did the no quick repair, did that affect how you approached the race tonight?
Yeah, I think even starting last night, you just on last night we were having a good truck and just someone took us out and yeah, it kind of sucked at the minute, but that's how it is. You're gonna get wrecked out and you just can't do anything about it. That's how quick repairs go, or no quick repairs go, and I like it like that. It just teaches everyone, hey, we have no quick repairs. The cautions will definitely go down, and we'll get more clean racing like we did tonight. We had a little rough there at the beginning, but really we had a long green flag run there. We were, to the end there, so it's gonna be interesting to see how everyone's gonna save their tires at the end. So I definitely think it's gonna help us with limiting the cautions, and it's definitely gonna teach everyone to race with their head more, which is awesome. And but yeah, definitely you gotta think, hey, I can't go out there and race as hard, as I can with a quick repair. So it definitely teaches you to definitely race your way and not more aggressive.
All right, well, we did. I mean, we saw you start 24th tonight. We saw you drop as low as 30th, but you do come away with a win tonight. 5 laps led. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Actually, my good Lord, God and Savior, Jesus Christ. I want to thank you, Stephen, for putting on a great broadcast. Congratulations on signing with Max Speed TV3. It's going to be awesome to see you with maybe doing some races with Rudy. So it's awesome to see that. Everyone in this race, I know I was racing around Keith all night. Not all night, but towards the end there. See Justin McDuff, a lot of guys in this league for making it a really fun race and getting lots of room out there. And Paul in a great league, my teammates back at Apex Racing, and everyone there at Checkers and Wreckers. Thank you guys. You guys really do teach me how to become a better driver. And that's pretty much it. But it's just awesome to get back-to-back wins in Xfinity Series. Try to make it 3 in a row next week at Pocono.
All right, we'll go ahead and celebrate that win tonight, and we'll see you next week at Pocono.
Thank you there, man.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and go through the results for tonight. Thomas Keene does come away with the win. Chris Garso, another one of those new drivers, comes away with a second place finish tonight. Kevin Cornelius with third. Billy Howard fourth. Brad Hicks in fifth. Jim Locking will finish sixth tonight. Justin McDuff seventh. AJ Hamill eighth. Adam Baker ninth. Lupe Gonzalez finishes 10th. David Gainforth will finish 11th. Michael Palmer 12th. Ivan Jones 13th. Kurt Davidson will finish 14th tonight. Bobby Jonas will finish 15th. Rob Whitmore will finish 16th. Ryan Gimmel 17th. James Haney in 18th. Paul Zoda in 19th. Jackson Allen will finish 20th tonight. Ronald Etheridge will finish 21st. Dean Viney 22nd. Daniel Haney will finish 23rd. Stephen Bird 24th. Joe Mitchell 25th. Keith Haney 26th. David Howard Jr. 27th. Jeff Glockner 28th. Paul Cohen 29th. Eric Burley will finish 103 laps down and 30th. Jay Dubuque will finish 31st. Matthew Waggle will finish 32nd. Calvin Troy did not take the field tonight and will finish 33rd. Dakota Bowman did also not take the field, will finish 34th. So with that, I would like to once again give my congrats to Thomas Keene for winning the race tonight. Led 5 laps, decided to stay out on that last caution, and that was enough for him tonight. He does come away with a win and hopefully secure his spot in the chase for the Xfinity Series. And with that, I would like to thank everybody for stopping by and checking out the race once again. Make sure to like and go subscribe to Max Speed TV 3, as next week we will be live on Max Speed TV 3, and from there on out we will be on Max Speed TV 3. So make sure to go subscribe there, and with that, have a great night.